his ability to realize when he becomes unconscious is consciousness. Because it's just a self-awareness of ourself. He said, I'm a middle-class white guy selling wine, so he's aware of his privilege, right? And sometimes that word can be so like triggering, because like, I don't have no privilege. I live, I struggle just like everybody else. It's not about privilege. But when we talk about privilege, it's not the individual privilege. I wouldn't say you or you or you or you or you. I'm not any more privileged than I am. But when we look at the groups we belong to and the effects that those groups have on each other. So for example, civil rights would not have been afforded to black people in the States if it wasn't for white allies supporting them. So that amplified the voice. Gay people, I wouldn't be allowed to marry if it wasn't for straight allies, fighting and amplifying my voice. So it's about the allyship. But the allies become powerful magnifiers of the voice when they realize the privilege as not something that they've gone out and taken, but it's something that society and structures and life just naturally puts you in. You didn't choose to be white or a woman or a man or gay or straight, and neither did I. We're just born into that. But life sets things up so that society is structured in certain ways. So there's dominant groups and there's marginalized groups as well. And it's the dominant group that give the rights to the marginalized group. And that's how it's always been throughout history. So recognizing our own privilege within ourselves. So I'm a man, so I've got male privilege over women. So when I'm walking behind a woman at night, I cross the road. Just so she can feel a little bit more comfortable, because I'm aware of my male privilege. And I don't need to worry about someone attacking me at night, but I know a woman would have that in the back of her mind. So that's my cultural consciousness towards women, So we can all do it for each other. It just takes a little bit of effort on each other's part to accommodate for each other. So really the key element is just being aware of what culture we belong to. I'm very aware that I'm a man first, because that's my dominant culture. Then I'm gay, that's a secondary culture. And then I'm dyslexic, which means I'm neurodivergent, which is a tertiary culture. But I first identify as a man, So the awareness of that allows me to identify when there's the dynamic would be between a man and a woman, or a man and a non-gender specific person, right? So I'm aware of where I'm dominant and privileged and I belong to that group, and how I interact with the other. So that's how I can be culturally conscious.